It's Dave in real life. This is the Smackdown Thunderdome. The Thunderdome happened last night. It had its debut on Smackdown. Oh, absolutely epic. The staging is brilliant. Just loved the fresh new look that this show had. The show itself started off with a really eye-opening segment. Vince McMahon down at the ring, as advertised during the day on Twitter. As he's talking, announcing the new virtual experience, which is the Thunderdome, the lights go out, and the volume of the show goes down, and the music hits. The Fiend is here. Yep, the Fiend as coming down to the ring. We've been talking about this for probably for a big part of a year now. When is the Fiend going to attack Vince McMahon? Is this going to be the moment? Oh, yeah, chills went down my spine when his music hit. He gets down to the ring after, you know how long these entrances are of the Fiend, about a minute or two at max. He ends up in the ring and goes face to face with Vince McMahon. Honestly, for a moment there, it feels like he's going to mandible claw Vince or attack him. Just as it looked like that was going to happen, Braun Strowman music hits and interrupts what would have been an epic moment. Still a really good moment, but imagine that moment of the Fiend attacking Vince McMahon. Oh, it would have blown the internet for sure. But we had a face-off between Braun and Bray as the Fiend in the ring. Vince McMahon cleverly enough leaves, and this face-off, cannot wait for SummerSlam to see these two lock horns. But as it looked like they were about to do that, Retribution surrounded the ring. Yeah, this just seemed like Vince, Fiend meets Vince. Braun meets Fiend. Retribution meets Braun and Fiend. And then the locker room come out and meet Retribution. Yeah, this turned into a massive smoz. All the locker room emptied out into the arena, attacking Retribution after they attacked. Cleverly enough, the Fiend had left before Retribution could get into the actual ring, waving goodbye to Braun, leaving him to face the rebels, the kids, those young rascals. What's interesting about this little segment is the bits what fed off this, especially between Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles, which I'll touch upon in a bit. But there was a match after this melee, which pitted Big E against Sheamus. Yeah, although they'd come out as a unit to face Retribution, there was still that underlining feud element between the stars, and they weren't quite on the same page. And that included Big E, obviously, after the bro kick last week, and Sheamus. So this led to a matchup between them two. Most of the locker room stayed at ringside to make sure that Retribution had disappeared. Interesting match. Big E wins. It was just a smooth little transition. Kind of kept the storyline going, where you just like... Normally, when these invasion handles, you just like think, well, weren't they feuding last week? Why are they now mates? Yeah, it never makes real sense. But yeah, so top marks to WWE for actually noticing this and going forward with it. One other keynote is the lateness of The Miz. Yeah, all the locker room are out, they're all attacking Retribution, and then as Retribution disappear, The Miz comes wandering down the ramp. A lot of speculation now, is The Miz behind Retribution? Or has some connection? Is he the reason why they're getting into the stadiums? Well, mind blown. Don't know if this is a coincidence or what, but yeah, just a bit weird that he shows up late. Going to the Jeff Hardy situation, which we all know he's going to face AJ Styles in the IC title match. We cut to backstage segments where he is getting treatment on his knee. Somewhere along the lines, he's been attacked. We don't see this initially, and we assume that it's happened in the backstage area. It does later get revealed that it was AJ Styles during that opening segment, which literally nobody saw. I certainly didn't see it. So when they showed us the footage again, we clearly see AJ Styles taking out Jeff Hardy's knee. Great bit of storytelling, great way of using in that opening segment to move storylines along on the show. So top marks, really good. That was literally fire. Well done, WWE. Top marks. We move on to one of the most shocking revelations on the show, and Sonya Deville. She comes out to the ringside and announces that she's upping the stakes on the Air versus Air match with Mandy Rose. This was a shocker, but I suppose not in so much. She's declared it as a DQ match where the loser leaves. Yeah, I can understand this. I still think Mandy Rose wins. So my original prediction on my prediction video is staying correct. Not changing it. But I feel like with real life, I should know, real life developments, this kind of makes sense that she would have time off. I do think she'll be back in the future for sure. So watch out for that to develop. And plus nobody's losing any more hair, so that's a bonus for the girls in the end. Yeah, so we go on to a tag team match now. Nakamura and Cesaro retaining their Smackdown tag team titles against the Lucha House Party. The reason why I'm talking about this is that after the match, Kalisto got a little bit angry with one of the other members. Looks like a possible split in the future. Oh, watch this space, guys. Maybe this could be something that we see at Payback. Who knows? I don't even know what the matches are at Payback. It's really hard to see at the moment. Wait for SummerSlam to finish. Then we had Bayley and Sasha backstage with AJ Styles congratulating each other. AJ trying to make out that the IC title was bigger than the female titles. I mean, no, they're champions. He's only like a mid-card champion at the moment. They go down to the ring, start arguing about who's going to face Asuka first, even though last week Bayley pretty much agreed that she was going to do it. So they decided, well, not they decided, Naomi comes down to the ring and she decides that they should have a beat the clock challenge up against her, which, goes down like a lead balloon, to be fair. But they do it. Sasha is in the ring first, and she clocks up 3 minutes 39 seconds to beat Naomi. Pretty long time, to be fair. You'd expect Bayley to win, to do this. But no. Bayley ended up losing after getting Naomi's butt in her face. Yeah, Bayley loses. So Bayley faces Asuka first, to the delight of Sasha Banks at ringside. Yeah, they're really selling their feud now. They're really up in the ante. There's going to be some fireworks going off in the next couple of weeks for sure. Maybe their involvement in the tag team division tag team match at Payback is going to be one thing to keep your eye on. After this match, Asuka comes down and attacks both of them. You really see a lot of who's looking out for who in this segment. Yeah, Sasha running away, then Bayley getting attacked in the ring, then Bayley runs away with her belts, leaving Sasha's belts in the ring, leaving Sasha on the floor. Yeah, there's really cracks in their relationship at the moment, and yeah, this is going to play out. Obviously, it's SummerSlam, Monday night on Raw and SmackDown leading to Payback. Yeah, watch this space. They are splitting up. There is going to be a feud between these two for sure. We go to the last match of the show, which is Jeff Hardy versus AJ Styles for the IC title. Yeah, the build for this match during the show has been fantastic. Real great storytelling. Jeff picks up the win and is the new IC champion. Yeah, he uses his leg brace, which was a little bit like retribution against AJ Styles because he made the injury so that he'd have to wear it. So yeah, it's a bit of payback there as well. So yeah, maybe that's another match at Payback where AJ takes on Jeff for the IC title. Who knows? Then we go to the Firefight funhouse. This is the last segment of the show. Yeah, we get a little puppet theatre moment with Rambling Rabbit and Huskers playing out Braun and Alexa's budding friendship, romance, whatever that is. This gets cut up by Bray, which eventually gets cut off by Braun. Braun enters the funhouse. We've seen this before, so we're not shocked about this. Clearly, Braun has embraced his darkness like Seth Rollins did when he burnt down the funhouse before. Yeah, that's the only explanation I can see for him being in the funhouse, is he's embraced his darkness. This then goes into a backstage brawl where Bray gets thrown off a platform by Braun and is left on a heap on a concrete floor. It then in turn gets put into an ambulance. This ambulance goes to drive off. Then it stops and starts reversing back. And while this is happening, red mist appears in the window of the ambulance. The doors then open. There he is, the Fiend, laughing, sticking his tongue out, just having fun. Looks like this is exactly what he wants at SummerSlam. The darkness, the evil side of Braun. This is what he feeds off. This is what he wanted in the first place. It's all been a cunning plan to get that dark side of Braun out. Oh, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out at SummerSlam. Yeah, so that was the show. I'm going to talk a little bit now about the Thunderdome itself. I thought it was really exciting. I loved the new visuals. Yeah, more of that, please. I think SummerSlam now is going to look spectacular. Really excited to see what else. Drawback is no crowd reaction. People who are on the camera don't react to anything. Need a little bit more clapping, more thumbs up, more booing gestures. Wrestling Days on his stream did a perfect reaction. Just people jumping around and enjoying themselves is pretty much needed. There was footage from last night where somebody was asleep. I'm going to say that was a UK fan, because it is like 3 o'clock in the morning UK time when SmackDown is like coming to an end. He's probably just fallen asleep. so we can forgive him for that. There were also Ted in the crowd. Yes, celebrity crowd member Ted was in the crowd. Yeah, that made me chuckle, seeing the teddy bear in the crowd. Yeah, massive thumbs up to the Thunderdome. I think this is a fresh breath of fresh air, and finally WWE doing something creative for a change. I mean, it's, yeah, shock horror, I know. I praise for WWE. The show itself is going to get an 8.5. Again, this is steady marks for SmackDown. I feel that this is where they're going to be for a while, because this is now the A brand. You forget Raw. Raw is not as good. I mean, they've got to do something to pull that up, to be honest. But SmackDown is the show. WWE's main show, SmackDown. Fox's money splashing everywhere. Okay, so yeah, that has been my special look at the Thunderdome and my SmackDown review. There is another video linked in the bio at the bottom for my last NXT review / predictions for TakeOver 30. So please go check that out if you haven't already. Please like this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the Thunderdome. And as always, I've been Dave in real life. You've been awesome. And remember to always keep it real. Till the next time, bye for now.